Yes, hello guys. Nagbabalik po tayo ulit sa another WhizKid Academy podcast. Siyempre, this is our episode 3 ng ating bigating podcast. Siyempre, napag-usapan natin last time. It's all about the real estate. Ano ba yung mga basics na kailangan i-prepare. Pero ngayon po, siyempre, lalo tayo mga Gen Zers, siyempre, kumita tayo ng, we have an earning sa crypto, sa trading, at saka yung mga naipon nating savings, no? Kagaya na sabi ko last time, syempre, kahit may income ka, dapat you must allocate din. Syempre, you must own your own property. Kasi syempre, ang pinaka-basic needs talaga ng isang tao ay dapat meron kang shelter, di ba? You have your own real estate property. So syempre, naku po, nahiya po ako ngayon kasi mabibigat po yung mga natin, mga guests, no? Kumbaga, wala niyo po sino ito, di ba? Our guest po, he is the president of Damosa Land, one of the most famous developer dito po sa Mindanao. So, di ko na po patatagalin pa. I welcome you po, Mr. Cary Lagdameo. Magandang hapon po, sir.
Magandang hapon, Joseph.
Po.
Thank you for having me.
Yes po, thank you very much. And ako nga po, maulong po ko kay syempre natadiri sa Davao. And Sir Cary, I have a lot of questions lalo na po sa Damosa Land kasi I'm very curious about you. Kasi syempre, parehas pa tayong Gen Z looking di ba? Di naman halata
Gen Z naman talaga.
Gen Z tayo parehas
For sure.
Opo.
Yes.
Saka syempre, isa din sa pinaka-main challenges po, di ba, as a developer. Siyempre, the first generation, second, and the third generation, sabi nga nila, meron daw curse, no? Kapag naka-third gen na or fourth gen. So, yan yung itatanong ka later. But siyempre, you started out as an investment banker sa abroad. So, siyempre, ang layo, no? You're now president of Damosa Land and dati kang investment banker. So, can you tell us, what's your story about the investment banking journey mo? At paano ka napunta as the president of Damosa Land? Iba sila ng field
Parang ang tagal na nun, Joseph. But sige, let me try to think back. Actually, when I started investment banking, it was here na sa Philippines. No?
Yes.
It was shortly after I graduated from business school. So that was around 2008. Actually, that's part of the story. Maganda yung timing because I graduated, I went to school in New York, graduated in 2008. Alam naman natin what happened in 2008.
GFC.
So there were really not many jobs available in the US.
Yes.
Although me personally, my aim was really to come back to the Philippines. No? And because there was nothing really available there, I said, okay, this is really the sign na come back home. So I was able to find an investment banking job with CLSA Exchange Capital. So they're based out of Manila, but it is an Asia-wide investment bank. No? Still, the financial crisis still had an effect on us here in Asia, but it wasn't as pronounced as sa US. So may mga deals pa rin. There were transactions that we were working on. It was a very good experience because it was my first time to do investment banking. Before that, I was doing entrepreneurial work. Yeah. But when I joined CLSA, it was I really felt how do you say how to be worked to the bone. Talagang from morning until night. If you needed to work until the wee hours of the morning, you had to. If you had to work on weekends, you had to. Because we were at the beck and call of our clients. And our clients are the biggest companies in the country and sometimes in the region as well. But the good part about that was that I was able to get exposed to so many different kinds of industries. Kasi syempre, if you have a project, kailangan mo pag-aralan yung company na yan, yung industry na yan. There's so many things that you have to read up on. You're always trying to teach yourself. So, I guess I was with CLSA Exchange Capital for about less than 3 years, about 2.5 to 3 years. I worked on projects that were in the telco space, real estate. Yeah. We had several real estate companies, so maybe that was one of my first exposures to real estate. And then very interesting, because at 2008, that was when there was a lot of talk about REITs being established already.
Yes.
So we were one of the early advisors or investment banks that were working on the studies for the REIT. So early on, I understood what a REIT was, and we learned the ins and outs of SM Investments, Robinsons, all of these big companies that were looking to do REITs. No? So I guess fast forward to today, when I decided to move to Davao and to join real estate, I was able to think back to my previous experience and parang the inner workings of real estate companies, and then now REITs and things like that. So siguro it was meant to be that I had that early experience. No?
Yeah. That's why you're the president of the Mosaland right now.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Although, medyo malaking shift from investment banking to real estate. But the work is a big shift. But I always say that if you become an investment banker, you can do anything afterwards. It's because of the discipline of understanding the ins and outs of a company, how what makes a company work, what are the key metrics, what are the assumptions that are needed to understand how the company works. You need to know that from investment banking. So you can, I would say, easily translate that. You can translate that to being on the client side of things. So when I came here and I went into real estate, the big advantage there was that I knew somewhat how real estate companies work. I just knew it, of course, on paper and in research and things like that, but I had to learn the practical side naman. Right?
That's why you're in the Mosaland po. And my next question is, why here in Mindanao, specifically in the Davao region?
Why? Well, of course, the background of our group, the Anfrocor group, has really always been Mindanao.
Yeah.
So we've been here for the last 75 years, so shortly after World War II.
Yes.
But if you put that aside, so parang given na yan, of course, when I work for the family business, that will be in Mindanao. But when you look at it on the surface, where are the areas in the country that have still so much growth potential, diba? Although the whole country, marami namang areas that still have growth potential, including parts of Metro Manila. But what is, kumbaga, yung parang blue ocean? Mindanao is definitely one of those. And when you look at Davao naman, you're not naman starting from zero.
Yes.
You have a huge market here. You've had real estate developments that have been established here for so many years, no? So parang very right talaga for more real estate developments, for different kinds of real estate developments. And I think that was why I felt na parang, okay, I could probably add value to what we're doing here sa Davao.
Okay, so I really like that answer. But here in Davao, we are experiencing a lot of tremendous growth right now because we all know, no, in the past years that Mindanao is really growing, specifically in our region. So, do you have any other plans like expanding the Mosaland, not just in Davao region but in other region in Mindanao?
Yeah, so currently may mga projects din kami sa Cagayan de Oro. We're also in General Santos.
Yeah.
And we want to expand. We want to continue expanding in those key cities, no. And then here naman sa Davao region, so we're not only located in Davao City, but we're also in Davao del Norte as well.
Samal. Yeah.
Sa Samal, which is a city of also Panabo City. So sa Davao region, we're located actually in 3 different cities.
Yes.
Cagayan de Oro would be the next city. And then General Santos would be the 5th. So we're located in 5 different cities all across Mindanao.
Sir Cary, my question is, what is your biggest achievement so far in the Mosaland?
In the Mosaland?
Yeah.
Wow. Maraming magagalit sa akin if I choose just one. But siguro I can, of course, the projects that I always look back at are the ones that siguro wala pa nun when I first arrived. No? The ones that I really helped start from the ground up. Siyempre, kasama ng team namin. Several of those were located in Panabo. No? So our Agria Township is definitely one of those projects. So imagine when I was new to Davao and they said, oh, we have a plan for an 88-hectare township in Davao del Norte. When I saw the plan, I said, how do you do this? No? How do you even start? But we were able to get that project off the ground. I think that is probably one of my major achievements. The Anflo Industrial Estate, definitely, is one of my, I would say, my biggest achievements now, because prior to that, wala naman din kasi masyadong industrial parks in this part of the country, no? Hindi kagaya sa Calabarzon or sa Cebu province. So we're happy that we were able to do that project, help contribute to employment, help grow the economy, help put the Davao region on the map. And again, that was a project that I helped start as well. No? So I think, siguro I would say those two projects, and actually even all of our other projects in between.
Yeah.
But you know, when I think about it, and it's maybe not just the projects themselves, no, but some of the good things that we've done as the Mosalan, no, like some of our CSR projects that I'd like to mention also, no, because we always think of how do we give back to the community. So recently, or this is on the second year already, we have a scholarship program that we partnered with Adamson University. And every year we've been able to send, the first year it was four scholars to Manila. These are football players from all over Mindanao. This year we sent 7. And these kids will have the opportunity for full scholarships for their whole, hanggat katapusan ng college already. And these kids are not just from Davao, they're from Western Mindanao, they're from Southern Mindanao, they're from all over the place. So parang for them to have that opportunity and to put Davao on the map, I would say that's another big achievement in its own, no, for ourselves. We'll continue to do things like that moving forward. No? So yeah.
So Sir Cary, you're really a visionary.
I hope so. Sometimes I don't see it. Like, we just try to do the good things that come our way. But if it has a long-term effect on the community, on the region, then we're happy.
Okay, so we're done with your biggest achievement or biggest with the company. But my next question is, what is your biggest achievement? Let's say your personal achievement in your whole life.
Getting my wife to marry me.
Wow.
Convincing my wife to marry me. Siguro that's the biggest one.
Bakit po?
Because she was hard to get. No, I think it's family. I mean, joking aside, it's really family and what, I've been married now for 21 years. I think that as a couple, we've been able to achieve a lot, both personally and even in our careers as well. And now we have 2 children, aged 20 and 16, and they're doing very well in their own in their own right, whether it's school, whether it's in their internships, extracurricular activities. So sa akin, I think when we get to my age naman, I think that's all you really think about it. It's really how do you let the next generation achieve their goals also. So
yes, that's right po. And my next question is, what is your biggest regret in your life as, let's say, as the president or in your career?
I've said this before, no, sa ibang interview, na parang I felt that baka I came to Davao a bit late. When I arrived here to start working, I was already I was about late 30s na, about 36, 37 years old. I feel that maybe if I came a little bit earlier, maybe I could have done more, or I could do more. But I guess it's all in God's plan. Pero sa akin, I think baka that was the I don't want to say regret, but I always think about what would have been kung mas maaga yung pagpunta ko dito.
Yes, ito po. Isa po to sa very interesting question dahil sa aming mga Gen Z. Kasi syempre, we are the Gen Z. kami yung pinanganak na we're in a digital age already, di ba? Sa ano na kami, we have the information, we have the technology. But ano po yung may papayo mo sa amin bilang mga Gen Zers na if we want to acquire a good property, kasi syempre, very excited din gusto namin magkabahay, gusto namin maganda yung view. So what will be your, let's say, your personal advice to us, Gen Z, to get our first property?
I think siguro first and foremost is to make the decision to invest in properties. Kasi I'm not sure, or I don't think that today a lot of younger people, it is top of mind, no? Na parang bibili ako ng property. No? I think they spend on other things first before investing in property. So I think that's first and foremost. From what we see now, a lot of Gen Zers, such as yourself, especially yourself, you have access to a lot of different kinds of investment, which was not available to us before. It was harder. It was harder to invest your money and to make big returns. Ngayon, it's available. No? I would suggest, basta once you're able to, pag medyo naipon mo na yung nest egg mo, invest it right away. No? Property is always good because normally naman hindi naman magde-depreciate ang property. And at the end of the day, you have a hard asset that you're invested in. In choosing naman what kind of investment or what good property there is, I think one of the first things is, of course, they always say location. Di ba? Yan yung parating first.
Yes. Common yan eh.
Common yan, no? But I think alamin muna kung sino yung developer.
Correct.
If you are buying a developed property, I think if you were to buy a property done by a top tier developer who's trustworthy, has a good track record, and has their customers in mind all the time, even if they're not in the best, pinaka-prime location, it will appreciate more than, say, a developer that is not as good, and you're in the best location. I do believe that. So for me, the developer is that should be part of your decision talaga.
So that's like what I heard like that. No, if the developer, kaya nga po siya tinawag na developer, di ba? Na if the developer made a good presentation, a good design, even the location is not a prime location, talagang tataas po yung value na. So in the Philippines. Kaya marami rin po akong nakitang ganyan. Lalo na po nagustuhan ko po yung project ng Damosalan, yung sa Bridgeport. Kasi grabe, luxury yung design and yung dagat. Ganda ng view doon. Lalo na parents ko, mahilig sa dagat po eh.
Thank you. Thank you for investing. And I think siguro pangdagdag lang dun sa question mo kanina. Of course, the design is one thing, no? The product is another thing. But you also have to make sure that later on, the developer can deliver your titles to you.
Correct.
Diba? And then later on, when you're living there, can they manage your property well? No? So those are the things that a lot of times buyers will not think of. Diba? Because the first they'll look at is maganda ba yung area? Maganda ba yung amenities? Maganda ba yung ganito? Ganyan. But later on, if you cannot get your titles, if there are legal issues with the property, ayan, kawawa ka. No?
Another headache na naman yun, lalo sa amin, mga Gen Z. Kasi sa amin, mga Gen Z, what I've noticed, no, we're kind of impulsive na, parang maganda to, maganda location. Like, sabi kasi ng friend ko na maganda siya, ganun. Kaya I think I will buy this, pero nung may nakaroon ng issues, so another headache na naman. And ang painful doon, syempre, kasi kadalasan sa mga Gen Z, naka-installment, ganyan. So, after 10 years, ganun yung nila.
Hindi mo mabibenta yung property.
Yun ang isa pang problem, di ba? So, yun po. And ito, Sir Ricardo, may very last question bago tayo mag-fast talk. Kasi ako, mahilig pa ako mag-fast talk eh.
Napansin ko.
Okay. My last question is, kung ulitin mo po, let's say, if you will repeat your life again, na, okay, talagang parang restart, no? You're born again from the start, na, will you still choose this path you're doing right now?
Yeah, why not? Definitely. I think that, I would like to think one of the the traits, or I guess something that my grandfather and our late founder was known for, was because he was such an entrepreneur. And he liked investing, kumbaga parang blank canvas. No? That's where he saw the opportunity, where a lot of people were not yet. That's where he invested, and he saw like what was the need of the area, what was the need of the locality. Doon siya nag-invest. So if you ask me if I can go start over again and do it again, of course, I think, like I said, this area, sa Mindanao, especially Davao, there's so much opportunities.
Correct.
Could I do it differently? Of course, when you rewind, no, you will try to do it better. No, you try to think of, okay, what were the things that parang I did not do as well today that you could do then? And there will always be that, no? But in terms of the opportunities, it's all here. It's all here, definitely. Joseph, honestly, I can be working anywhere. I can be working in Manila. I can be working abroad. I can be working in so many different places. I can, one thing that maybe you don't know is that I live half the time without my wife and children because they live in Manila. I'm here half the time, and I still made that sacrifice because I felt so strongly about what we're doing here sa Mindanao. Yes.
Saka po, isa rin po dyan, napansin natin sa trend, Mindanao is the future din eh. Kasi syempre, the Luzon and Visayas, so dami ng property doon. Dito kasi tayo yung sabi nga nila, the hidden gem. Kasi ito na yung next na magbo-boom yung Mindanao area.
Definitely.
So, sige mo, Sir Cary, let's proceed with the fast talk. Ayan, ito yung inabangan ng marami, fast talk, no? Para maiba naman tayo. Land or sea?
Sige, ayun na. Sige, land na lang.
Okay po. Okay, Luzon or Mindanao?
Mindanao.
Yes. Okay, my next question po. Air or water?
Air.
Air. Ayan, kasi parang sa transportation. Okay, so my next question po, ito na lang, before time again sa ating fast talk. Kasi ito yung tanong nila, Sir Cary, di ba, na may sinasabi sila na, yung sa generational wealth, di ba, there's, sabi nila, if sa generational wealth, there's, parang sinasabi nila parang third generation curse or fourth gen curse. So, what's the secret? Kasi nasa third generation ka na po, di ba, in Lagdamosa. But what's the secret? Paano malagpasan yung ganong curse na hindi maulit sa ibang mga generational wealth na pag abot ng third gen, nawawala yung wealth nila. So, what's the secret behind that?
Honestly, parang sa totoo lang walang sikreto yan. I think bawat pamilya may ibang circumstance talaga. Iba-iba yung sitwasyon. But maybe from my experience, I can say importante talaga is communication. No? To have the communication from one generation to the next, and of course within your generation. I think that's probably first and foremost. And also, siguro, to make sure to have that mutual respect amongst everyone. No? Then, because of having that, then siguro wala na masyado yung parang swapangan. Diba? Then, parang everyone will think of a common goal. And with that, then hopefully, diba, the businesses can last for a long time.
Yes po, kasi pag sinabi pong Florendo at sinabi mo Lagdameo, diba? It's a generational, po.
Well, I think that's why we're also working very hard to pass on something very good and that can still be expanded onto the next generation.
And nakita ko po sa'yo, Sir Cary, po, when we roam around dito sa Bridgeport and dito sa Kahing ngayon po, na you're very hands-on sa mga employees mo po, sa mga staff mo, and I really appreciate your effort and your role as a president na hands-on ka talaga. Kasi iba, di ko makita ng ganun parang lagi lang doon. Ikaw talaga, nakikita ko po, you're visible around. Yeah.
It's the part of the work that I enjoy the most. I am... Look, my staff is looking at me to see if siguro sinasabi nila, nagbobola na naman ako. I like to think I'm a people person. And that's really a big part of our work, is to interact with our Damosa Land family, and of course with the community that we have in our projects. And also to step inside the projects. For me, that's the best part about the job, is to be going around to all the different projects. I don't like being in my office desk the whole day. That's not where I would provide the most value. It's being out there in the field, in the projects, with our staff, with our community. So
That's where you give value, and biro nga po nila, di ba? Para kanino ka ba bumabangon, di ba? Ganun sa isang ad. So, thank you very much po, Sir Cary, and I'm very happy po na napagbigyan po ako ng panahon na alam ko pong super busy ka. Thank you very much. See you around po sa ating next podcast. Thank you. Thank you po, Sir Cary po.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much po.
Also. Thank you.
Thank you.